Hi, in this video we're going to look at the quadratic function. Now the general form of a quadratic function is ax squared plus bx plus c, and when a is positive you get this sort of U shape which is symmetrical, and we'll talk about a line of symmetry in a minute. And obviously we see this point goes through the point 0, minus 5. And we can see at this moment the value of c at the end here is minus 5, because these two here are equal to 0. So you're going to get minus 5 when you substitute in. So if we move c, you will see that the c will just give me the y-intercept, which is quite an interesting point to begin with. Right, the other thing is, at the moment, a is a positive number. So if a is positive, obviously gets bigger, the sort of as a stretch is the correct transformation, and then as a becomes 0, let's take a look at the 0 for a moment. We just get a straight line. That's because we're going to get the line here in these current settings minus 2x minus 5. Okay, it ceases to become a quadratic when a is equal to 0. And when a is negative, instead of getting a U shape, we get an N shape. So these are all these sort of properties of a quadratic. So let's just put this back to where it was, 0.5. Now, when we solve a quadratic equation, so if I was solving 0.5x squared minus 2x minus 5, I'll be putting it equal to 0. So we're trying to find where it cuts the x-axis, where the curve cuts the x-axis. So that's what you are doing when you are solving a quadratic equation. Now these solutions are called the roots of the equation. So if I click here, I will get the roots. At the moment, we'll get 2 minus root 14 for one of them, and 2 plus root 14 for the other one. Now you can find the roots sometimes by doing what's known as factorization. But what will always work is this quadratic formula, which is called minus b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a. And it depends on the value of a, in which in this case is 0.5, b is minus 2, and c is minus 5 in this case. So you put these numbers into this formula, and it will give you exact answers here of 2 minus root 14, so that you take the negative one there, and 2 plus root 14. Interesting to notice that the line of symmetry in this particular case happens when x is equal to 2. The root 14 just tells me the distance from 2 is going to be root 14 that way, and then if I take root 14 minus root 14, I'll get that distance there. So the roots are equally spaced around the line of symmetry. So that's quite useful to know as well. Now, we can have, let's just get rid of the line of symmetry. We can have two roots, but if I move c, sometimes I can have just one root, okay, which will be at 2, 0 in this case. And then also I can have a situation where I have no roots. Now what happens when you have no roots is the bit here under the square root sign comes out to be a negative number, and therefore you can't take the square root of a negative number. And this comes into what we call the discriminant down here. Now the discriminant is the bit under the square root sign, b squared minus 4ac, b squared minus 4ac. If you work that out here, the discriminant is negative, so you won't be able to take the square root. So this tells me what's the nature of the roots. In this case, where b s squared minus 4ac is negative, then I'm going to get no solutions because the curve does not cut the x-axis. If I move this back down to this particular point, at the point where we just get one root, then the b squared minus 4ac will be equal to 0. So if this is equal to 0, the root will be at minus 2 divided by 2 times 0.5. So minus 2 in this case, 2 times 0.5. This bit won't exist, which is actually x is equal to 2. You're only going to get one root because we're not going to do the plus or minus square root sign. As soon as I move it lower, again we get 2 roots. So here we got 2 minus root 2 and 2 plus root 2. So this is going to be minus root 2 this distance here, and this distance is going to be plus root 2 here. And this is how it sort of works. Okay, so this shows me a little bit about the roots. This notice now when I got 2 roots that the discriminant becomes a positive number. So just do that again. Discriminant positive, 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 positive. At this particular point there will only be one root, so the discriminant is 0, and then here the discriminant becomes negative. There are no roots. That's what the discriminant tells us. So that's quite useful as well. The line of symmetry can be found by doing x is minus b over 2a. So you do minus b over 2a. So this case is going to be minus 2 over 2 times 0.5, which gives you the value of 2. And when you got that value of 2, if you put 2 back into the function, it'll give that y is equal to minus 6. So this point here will give me the minimum point. Now, if a is negative, then we get a maximum point like that. Okay, but still can get it from, let's go back to where we were. We can still get it from substituting in here. We need to remember that it is a maximum point. So this is another thing about a quadratic, is the line of symmetry, and it can be found. Okay, so we just have one other little thing that we can do as well. Just leave that there. And there's another format of writing a quadratic equation. This is called completing the square form. Now in some books they write this as ax plus p plus q. However, this has a bit more meaning when we're looking at the graph. Y is equal to ax minus h all squared plus k. Alright, so the a comes from the same value of a is here. The h becomes minus b over 2a, and we have a minus sign over here, and then it's minus 6 is the y value of this particular point here. So when it's written this way, you can get the coordinates, and this is called a vertex, this point here, the coordinate of the vertex, which is going to be, change the sign here, 2 minus 6. If we move b, that will make, and so what b is plus 2, for example, then we can get, this becomes x, this will look like in a book, x plus 2, and that means that the vertex, x coordinate of the vertex will actually be minus 2. You have to change the sign. This will still be minus 6. Alright, so this is what happens. Let's go back to where we were. Okay, so I've looked at all the different aspects of a quadratic function here. I'm sorry about the video being so long. Now, this GeoGebra applet, I will put in the notes of the video a link to it so that you can use it with your students if you wish to, or with your, or you just look at it for yourself. Okay, so this has been I'll just put everything up. This has been a video to look at the general shape of a quadratic, the value of the roots, if there has some roots, a line of symmetry, the idea of what the discriminant does, okay, and finally the completed square form for a quadratic function. Okay, I hope you've understood this video, and again I'll remind you the GeoGebra applet I'll put in the notes of the video, and I thank you very much for watching.